Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman, broadcasting not from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport, but obviously where my wife has sent me, in the basement of my house. So we are spending a little time right now on the West Coast with Scott Newman-Bale. He's the CEO partner at Shorts Brewing Company in Bellaire, Michigan. And what are you doing in LA, and what are you doing up at this hour?
Yeah, it's just a quick down across and back, I guess. So I just flew out yesterday, back today, so just had to get a few quick things. But.
All right. Well, listen, let's bring everybody kind of up to date. Start us off with like introducing yourself, a little bit of your history, and Shorts Brewing. Tell us that company, that story.
Yeah, so I'm obviously not originally from Michigan. I moved here in 1999 and been here ever since, and love it here. But we started Shorts in college as well. So when I went to state, we actually were starting Shorts, and coming up to 20 years ago now. So and the CEO and Joe's partner there, and have a number of other hats as well. Was on the MEDC executive committee for 8 years, and now have the unfortunate position of being the school board president too.
So, Scott, I know that you practiced for the brewing industry while you were an undergrad, but what drew you to that industry?
That was the stupidity, really, because I thought I was doing everything else sensibly with real estate and mortgage-backed securities, and then the fun project was this brewery, and well, we all know how the rest of it ended, and the brewery's still here and doing well. So just random luck.
Well, you guys have done incredibly well, and during that growth, during the growth that you've experienced, which has been almost exponential, you've been recognized in 2011 as Michigan 50 companies to watch. So, tell me a little bit about what that meant to your company.
Yeah, I mean, at the time we were entering that uber growth, very large growth model. Really scaling up, and that was a big tipping point as well. We needed all the help we can get. We were still at that point struggling to convince people this was legit, and it was going to continue, and we were going to be able to realize the growth for a few more years. So it was a very important to us at the time, and really thankful for it.
So give me a little bit of from bathtub to where you are now, and tell people where they are now.
Yeah, so we continue to grow for several years after that, and then kind of have plateaued a little bit, but that's not totally, it's a little bit by design. We're actually now really focused on trying to get back to our roots, and we're not really too worried about size. So we're actually expecting to shrink just a little in the next year or two. Growing in Michigan pretty strong still, but maybe reducing how far out we go. We've reduced a few products. So really just kind of focusing on being a better business rather than in that growth phase when everything's crazy and you're just trying to get by.
So, Scott, it's interesting because everybody is suffering from talent, the acquisition of and the retention of, et cetera. How are you guys contending with that?
It's been hard, but it was harder last year. I think it's getting a little easier. Last year we had to buy a hotel just to staff them, just to be able to keep them get them in for the summer to get open. So that was a large pivot that we weren't expecting, and we bought it. Yeah, we decided we needed it in January, and we closed in April and put people in the next, actually within hours of closing, we had people moving in. So.
Wow. So now, are you in the hotel industry, or is this just?
Yeah, that's my resume is quite unique, and Sarah, who helps me out, we run a hotel. We've got storage units that we run, and brewing, and sadly that's not it. So we're always adding something.
Well, my dad always said beer was the quickest way to get creative, so that's probably what.
Very interesting diversity that we have, and keeps every day interesting for sure.
Scott, how's it been over a dozen years as an alumnus of the Michigan Celebrates Small Business? Do you lean on any of the services of the founding organizations?
Not as many of the services we have previously, but not recently. But it's always great to see the new crops coming through, and I scan the list every year and reach out to. I usually have at least a couple of friends on the list, and reach out and congratulate them, and attend the gala and really wish everyone well, because it is a good community too. And if you look back on some of the names that are on that list, it's very significant. So.
It is. Well, it's interesting because that's like kind of an annual date between you and I. That's about all we ever see each other anymore.
Yeah, that and random gas stations in the UP, I think is.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you've been the beverage sponsor for Michigan Celebrates over the last several years. Tell us about that, because that's been wonderful.
Yeah, I think what we want to see is whenever we have a Michigan event, we have Michigan product, and we've got a lot to choose from. So proud to be associated with the group still, and it gets me out and gives me a good excuse to come down and see everyone again every year. So.
Great stuff. 15 seconds. If you have a message for any of the winners of the small businesses to watch, what would it be?
Yeah, I said obviously you're growing really fast right now, and that's great. It's a very exciting phase. Enjoy it while you have it as well. But don't ever be letting go of making sure that you've got everything, a good foundation, getting ready for the future as well.
Built to last. That is a great bit of advice. Scott Newman-Bale, CEO partner at Shorts Brewing Company, and in general, a very good guy. Thanks for joining us today. Everybody, you've been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.